Everyone ready?
Ready.
Oh my God, I'm nervous. Okay, I'm going to go into Katie Couric mode.
Thank you.
Okay.
Are we recording this
minutes. Part? Okay, ready?
You're popping your tits out, but it's not like a shirt where you pop tits out.
No, it's not. It's just a regular shirt.
So I just feel like you have something wrong with your back.
I'm like, oh, I slept weird. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Madhouse. I'm Maddie Smith, and we are joined today in the house by no other than Dan Saint freaking Germain.
That's awesome. You get Madhouse because of your last name.
My first name.
Yes, that's what I meant. Your Aunt Maddie.
Cut. Restart. Blooper reel. Dan Saint Germain.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
Also named as Dan House.
Dan.
You might know him from a fuck ton of shit.
Probably not, though.
Yeah, but your bio is lengthy as hell.
It's a lengthy bio, but it's so funny now. It's like no one even cares about credit. You just have to have the right credit. Because I remember like I was part of the generation that was still getting like 100 hottest bodies on VH1.
Dude, Playboy. You had a Playboy credit, didn't you?
I did a Playboy. I was a Playboy touring comic to watch, but I wasn't on the.
Oh, okay. So you're a regular article. You were an article.
I was a regular article. My tits weren't out.
Yeah, I was like, I have to check out that spread.
I love true crime podcasts, but they'll have like advertising in the middle of the podcast, and it really fucks with the flow of the whole episode. Like, Teresa's body was found, her arms and legs dismembered, her genitals exposed, a letter stapled to her chest that said there are 3 more. But an easier way to send letters would be stamps.com. Just use the promo code Teresa's Stump and get your free stamps today.
I had a good trip turned bad recently.
Well, what happened?
I think my brain was moving too fast for my mouth.
So were you like you lost the ability to speak?
I felt like my heart was racing, and all my friends and I were all laughing, and then I was like, guys, I'm not feeling good right now. Heart was racing. And then I just lay back. And one of my friends there, she used to do crack, so I was like, if I just close my eyes and let her talk, like she knows. She can talk.
Let's steal a car stereo.
Hey,
I don't know how a crackhead giving you like.
It was comforting to know like someone who's done insane shit was in the room, and she can just be like, Maddie, lay down, close your eyes, drink some water.
Let's have a crackhead
versus my dumbass friends who are also doing shrooms for the second time with me. I'm not gonna listen to them.
Right, of course.
But I'll listen to
I'm gonna go to Crack Time Story Time Hour.
Yeah, it was very comforting.
Story Time Hour.
You gotta keep a crackhead around.
You
always gotta be someone who's been in worse situations than you around at all times.
Well, that's why I'm like every time I feel. That's why I love like true crime, because like you watch a Jeffrey Dahmer documentary and you're like, I'm not that bad.
Agreed.
I didn't eat anybody today.
You know what my freaking like life growth has been lately?
What?
I only compare myself to others if they're doing way fucking worse than me.
That's like a trick to happiness forever.
Yeah. Like if you were like, I wrote a show, and I was like, I would be like, well, I'm like on a different path than him.
Right.
But if you were like, I got 3 DUIs, I'd be like, I'm doing awesome.
All you need to do is just hang out at drunk tanks. I feel like you just need to.
Well, yeah, that really helps with not drinking. Helps at the end of the night when everyone starts to get to annoying. You're like, I am doing great because these motherfuckers have no control over their motor functions right now.
When you don't drink, and sometimes you end up in these fucking Irish bars, just like. Like wanted to put a goddamn slug in your head because, you're not on whatever reality these people are in. You're not in.
I know. So now you stopped drinking in December.
I did. Yeah. Well, it was November actually.
Okay. Did you have
I've had time before. I've had like 2.5 years, then gone out. 2.5 years and gone out. I'm not like a guy who's stuck with it.
Yes.
Which
I'm the same.
I kind of wish I had stuck with it.
I know. I have memories of telling sober people in comedy that I was, and then seeing them 8 months later with a beer in my hand.
I'm back.
And you see the eyes move to the beer and you're like, oh fuck. No. Forgot the last time I saw you, I had a chip in my hand.
Because you go for it.
Yeah. Dude,
You don't like you're not a 3 or 4 drinks. Let's go home type of broad.
I'm 0 or 18.
Yes.
Going home at 5 a.m.
I'll save a seat for you.
Yeah. 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 Where?
It's just AA.
At the bar. Oh, at AA. I thought you meant at the bar when we both relapse after this.
Well, we both
I go for it and I have so much fun. That's the problem.
Well, look, I always said if I could stop at 8.
Right.
I would.
Yeah. For me, it's like 3. For me, it's 3.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just keep going.
Yeah. And I'll say like, I'll watch the guy pour and be like, it was a small pour. So 2 from like at this bar, it's like 2.
Right.
I saw him pour, it was small. Or like, all I'm doing is talking. 2 drinks in, I'm like, I'm just talking. I'm just talking. Yeah, toss another one in. I had 4 drinks at the last time I drank.
Yeah.
4 vodka sodas.
What ended up happening?
I blacked out, threw up in front of a tree, right in front of the party, one sidewalk. And
I guess out of all the things to throw up in front of trees, the best.
My throat the next day hurt from the bile that I threw up all of that next day.
Your throat hurt from throwing up the next day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the rest of the week.
Yeah, I mean, you're not a kid anymore, Maddie.
I know that. But when it's a meaningless party, that
right.
if I was sober, I could have left and not thought about, been a week later, been like, I forgot I went to that party. But instead, I spent the next 5 days thinking about the 20 seconds I had of memory from that party.
And it just wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
4 drinks?
And not knowing. Yeah. And part of me was like, was I roofied?
I mean, I guess that's the best way to look at it because, why get down in the dumps if it happens?
Right. Right. I'm like, well, they didn't.
C'est la vie.
They didn't get into it. So let's just say my throat hurt, but my pussy didn't. So. Sorry,
I love
Dan.
this would be the worst place for a Blue Chew advertisement.
Yes, now to remind you guys, Blue Chew. If you ever drink too much and you're trying to get hard with a lady whose eyes are rolled in the back of her head, take your Blue Chew. Next. So it becomes sort of like, I'm 32. Mm-hmm. Oh, my job is performing. So, Oh, and by the way, I'm already in a situation where I've been hoarse throat since October.
Yeah.
And I'm going back and forth with vocal coaches, ENTs about what it is.
That's the thing too, is you don't want to fuck with your money.
My mouth, my money.
Your money.
Yeah. And once you start making fucking door deals, okay, do not rust up my trumpet.
Don't rust up your trumpet.
When it was just, don't rust my trumpet.
Mean? Is rust up your, can you Google whether or not rust up your trumpet is a...
I think rusty trombone is a sexual term.
No, that's a sexual thing. You don't, but you don't want to rust up your trumpet. Yeah, I had to cancel something because of a throat thing. And
I had to cancel something because of a throat thing.
Yeah, this is in early March.
Yes.
Because I forget what I had. You know what? I think these things were killing me. These these disposable Chinese vapes.
Hey, second ad.
We'll have
Cheers. Them. If you want to wonder why you keep losing your voice.
Yeah.
Now, listen to this, Dan. I went to Skankfest, which is a drunken comedy festival.
Right.
In
That's
Las
what
Vegas.
I hear. I'm going there in September.
I'll be there. I'll see you there. We should do the Dan and Maddie
experience.
Yeah, the experience.
The experience. We should do a live. We'll do
Come
a
to
live.
Shrooms.
We should do a live podcast, but from like 24-hour strip club or something.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go to the Purple Rhino or whatever it's called.
It's Spearmint Rhino. Not that I knew immediately.
Okay, pervert.
254.
You know what sucks about that place? There's like 2 strippers.
At what?
At the
Spearmint Rhino?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm thinking of the same place.
Well, there's this place in Vegas that I went there with Nikki to do like her old show, Not Safe with Nikki Glazer, but it's a 24-hour strip club.
Yeah.
I think it's like Sapphire.
Okay,
It's like it's bleak when you're at 5 a.m. with a stripper.
Bleak.
It's bleak.
Bleak.
You know?
And I've been to Magic City in Atlanta, so not to brag.
Magic City is a strip club, right?
Yeah. And it's fuck.
It is what?
It's fuck.
What? Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, black as fuck. We went there for a wild and out party once.
Yeah, did they have fun? Was it fun?
Yeah.
Did you get
Talk
in trouble?
about a blackout that I did not
That's
regret.
a problem. I feel
Talk
like
about out.
I feel like most strip club bouncers, it's not guys, it's girls getting too drunk and not knowing what the.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Like, you can't do that. Like,
Yeah.
No, it's not assault if I'm cute.
Yeah, you think I wasn't doing that? I was touching the girls. Luckily, all my friends had stacks of dollars, so I was just throwing them on them.
I heard about this guy in Atlanta. I don't know if it's true, but it's a guy named they call him the doctor, and I guess he just goes to these gay bars and he lies down in the trough, and his thing is to have guys piss on him.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. The doctor is in.
A urologist.
The doctor is in.
And I am covered.
Where can I find him? Do you know?
I think on Zeusk.
Is he at all those bars? Does he go to any bar?
I'm not sure. I mean, there's a good chance he's dead.
Yeah,
but like,
right.
I would imagine
Natural causes.
Natural causes.
Did you ever get into piss?
No, I've never been pissed on. Never pissed
Me neither.
on. It's not something. I guess I'd be fine if a girl peed on me.
Do you think squirt is piss?
I don't know the definitions of that. In that case,
Did you ever see squirt?
I have seen a squirt here and there.
Right. Live? In
real
real life?
In live.
Nice.
I've seen a live squirt.
Brag. And you think that
I've seen a live squirt. I've seen a tape squirt.
Right.
I've seen,
it doesn't smell like piss.
It doesn't smell like piss.
Until you taste it.
Yeah, it didn't. I think it was just squirt. I
Right.
don't know.
It's kind of like a
But you want to
neutral.
say that as a guy. You want to
Yeah.
You know, when it's happened, every time I fuck.
Yeah,
it just
every time your
happens.
fucking dick gets in there and
It's
hits that
just-
spot.
So
know
you're
what I'm
talking
saying?
about your squirt when you squirted?
No, yes. What? Dan, you said you helped write for the roast of Tom Brady.
Your transitions are seamless. Fucking
I'm like, hey, get a
Mike
little bit of
Wallace
something
over
cool.
here.
Get a little, yeah, I'm Jimmy Carson. Johnny, fuck.
Jimmy Carson. You're Jimmy Carson. No, you were right the
What I
first
meant
time.
to say was Carson Daly.
Yeah, you're Jimmy Carson Daly.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carson Daly, crack corn. I don't care.
You are so quick, and that's why you were a writer for the roast of Tom Brady. What was that like? Tell us everything.
I just wrote for Nikki, so I wrote. We met a couple times, and I wrote.
As a group
remotely.
or just you and her one
I
on
met
one?
a couple of times with her as a group, but then before that, like I was on. I wrote for the Roaster Robulo, that one where I'm actually in the credits because I was in the room for that one.
Rock and roll.
But yeah, it was fun. I mean, Nikki killed it.
Yeah, she freaking murdered, blew
Yeah.
everyone out of the water. First one to come up and actually like do.
Right, she killed it.
Flow.
Well, she worked her ass off,
Yeah.
and
Worked her
super
ass
funny.
off. Those things, stuff like that. Oh, the moment you're done, smile. I would be on that stage like smile bigger than my face. Cheshire cat.
Yeah, like a Cheshire
Best feeling in
cat.
the world.
What's your experience like that?
Like wilding out. Like if I land those lines,
Right.
you know what I mean? Because
Right.
well, you
Right.
look like a bada and if you'd ever rap something and it comes out, yes.
Well,
That
usually
feeling-
stand-up comics are not great with improv, so it's amazing
Yeah.
that you're able to
Yeah.
be as good as
Or like
you are with it.
roasting. A lot of stand-ups are like, oh, it's a different thing. No, it's kind of just
roasting.
You just gotta really, really memorize.
But you can't, like, when you're on that, are there certain things you can't say?
No, you could say anything.
Really?
You could say anything,
Yeah.
but you couldn't be. You just had to make it funny. Are you talking about Wild and Out?
Yeah.
You could say anything.
Because
Obviously-
that'll happen with the roast sometimes where it's like you'll get like don't mention this or don't
Yes.
mention.
We occasionally we'd have a guest, like
Yeah.
someone whose names rhymes with Schmack Schmeina, and they would be like, "Don't bring up the sex tape." That's like guest specific,
Right.
but for the most part, no.
Wait, she had a sex tape?
Yes,
Shishmina.
yeah,
Shush Maya?
Schmack Schmeina. That's how
The
she
girl-
became huge.
Wait, are we talking about Zendaya?
Black China.
Oh, that's why you got to tell me. Like you were like trying to. I thought you were talking about Zendaya the whole
No,
time. I was
but,
just about to start a rumor now. Like, oh
I
yeah, I just
know.
found out Zendaya has a sex
No,
tape.
Dan, you would have known.
Black
You
China.
would have known.
I would have. You're right. I would have known. I would have known. I'll pass.
Hall pass.
Actually, she's too young looking for me, Zendaya.
she is gorgy. She's model gorgy to me. She's model gorgy.
She's model gorgeous.
Yeah, but to me, it's like it feels offensive to have sex with them.
that says a lot about
It feels offensive to
your
see them as
self-esteem.
sexual.
I don't want to dirty you with my fucking Irish skin.
No, really. I'm like, I don't think I should be touching her. I shower a lot, but I still have dirt under my nails.
Have you ever dated a model? Have you ever hooked up with a model?
No, I don't want to be like rude to everyone I fucked, but I've never fucked. I've never fucked like a jacked, like big jacked dude or like a really super like hot dude. No offense to the male species, but there's not a lot of like hot dude. That's why the hot guys, everyone's like, that's a hot guy.
Because it doesn't happen a lot.
Right. Respectfully. I think there's like good, like you guys are like.
My wife was like, she's like, I've been with these ripped guys before, but I'm just not that into it. I was like, yeah I know.
You didn't have to say it out loud.
I know where you ended up parking the car.
Yes, we have rings that we share to say, till death do us part.
You're not into Ryan Felipe when he was like 23 or whatever. I don't know why.
You told me that I have abs. They're just under everything.
They're under everything else. Yeah, you just have to,
Speaking of abs,
Ari calls me Orson Swells.
Hilarious.
Really good.
Hilarious. Orson Melt.
Well, I don't think that.
Speaking of melts,
I
saw on melts, like a patty melt.
Yeah, I love patty melts.
Rumor has it.
I love melfs and melfs.
I love melts. I love Connie Britton.
She is a melf.
Yeah,
she's very good, very talented.
She looks like someone who like gets out of the shower at night in like a robe, like up to here, silk. Lotion everywhere.
You've talked about this a lot. Mm-hmm. I've never understood that. Like the people who have like evening wear though, like pajamas. I think it's creepy. Like if you saw a guy just like change into like Rip Van Winkle type pajamas in front of you after you guys hooked up, that would be very weird, right? All right, time to go to sleep. Better put on my sleep clothes.
I've noticed that there is a comfort to nice pajamas that comes as you get bored with your life when there's no alcohol in it. Yes, I have been really into my night routine lately.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, you know what else I also am giving up?
What?
Eating at night, to go back to my vocal coach hoarseness thing. I've been hoarse since October because I've been eating at night every single night.
So that's, you think, what it is?
Yeah, silent reflux.
Acid reflux?
Yeah. I thought I had lymph nodes. Turns out I'm a fat whore.
It turns out I was just eating a sub in my sleep.
Every night.
Eating at night's the best, though, especially if you're a comic. It's all you want. I had last night. I ate. Well, I went to bed really early last night, but I was like eating tons of dumplings and shit.
Nice.
Tons of dumplings.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, you know what I do? I downloaded
Polish food. I got Polish food.
Oh, those kind of dumplings.
Those kind of
So
dumplings.
pierogies.
Yeah, I had pierogies too.
Yeah.
Some Italian.
We ordered a ton of shit.
Some Italian as well.
Oh, ravioli. Got it.
Yes.
Are you having fun or am
I'm having a great time.
Oh, okay. I can never tell. I'm like, I don't
No,
think
I always have a good time.
I don't
with
think
you.
I'm good at hosting a podcast.
I didn't say you were good, but I'm having a fun time. I think actually, I think like you're very good.
Tell me about your sandwich.
No.
I heard it stinks.
Does no one else think it's insane that I thought I had vocal nodes for the past 8 months and it turns out that it's my GoPuff snacking habit while I watch TV until 2 a.m. And I've literally paid for a vocal coach and an ENT and they both were like, clean up your habits. And then I was like, I can't do that. And then the minute I did that, I wake up with my voice fresh as fuck.
Totally fine.
Fat whore.
I don't understand about whoring it. Maybe,
yeah, I don't know what that has to do with it.
You can fuck whoever you want.
I think whore means I have like no like, like self like willpower.
Self-esteem?
Willpower. Self-esteem, yeah.
Well, yeah, willpower.
And self-esteem is like I have to eat.
Do you ever call yourself like a whore as you're like, are you fucking whore?
Yeah, I'll be like, you're disgusting, nasty piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. Look at all these other people doing all this while you're in here eating. You think Andrew Schultz goes to bed eating all this? No.
No, he goes to bed with like one of those like masks.
No, he American Psychos himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
He American Psychos and
for sure.
His wife sleeps in a different house. Just kidding. I don't know him at all.
I don't know him either.
Yeah.
Really. I did. He beat me in a comedy competition once.
Which one?
This Caroline's one. He like
March
destroyed
Madness
me.
Or,
yeah, March Madness.
Or New York's Funniest.
Like I forget one of those, but he destroyed me in it. It was like
I got destroyed by Napoleon Emile.
Yeah, he's very funny.
And Jeffrey Asmus.
Both funny.
So at least they weren't shit ass comedians.
No, they weren't. Like those are both good comedians.
Comedy competitions and auditions really
People love it
freak
though.
me out. I know.
I just judged a comedy competition yesterday.
Where?
Over at Flophouse. It's like kind of like the Kill
Brooklyn
Tony type
venue.
of thing.
Really?
I just feel weird because it's like, like you're gonna like, because I auditioned for Last Comic Standing, and I specifically remember one comic who shit on me, and now I became a professional, and I never am letting go of that resentment ever.
I know.
In the back of my head, I don't care. Like, I've met her socially. I've met,
I know
in the
what
back
you
of my
mean.
head, I'm like, yeah, I know.
I know the fuck what you mean.
The two people like that actually heard
I
another
know what the hell you mean. I was early into Roastmasters, and the girl booked me for the New York Comedy Festival. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I've never been to the stand before.
That's the sound of Maddie booking something.
That's what sounded my career growing as a youngin'. You don't really hear that as much anymore. Now it's sort of still doing this.
She's just jerking
Dry.
jerking it off. No cum.
Yeah, no, just kind of consistent.
Just a jerky jerk.
Maybe something will pop someday, but
Yeah, just sitting there hoping it pops.
wow, she's really grinding out there, isn't she? And so I was at Roastmasters, and I went against a girl, Karen Margolis.
Yeah.
And one guy judging was like, I don't know, I fucking hated both of them. And I was like, what? I did well. How dare you? It was Schmeichel Schmay. And yeah.
He said I hated both of them?
Yeah. I was like, oh, I did well. Yeah. And the one time Schmammy Schmelly was like, I bet.
We're back to Black China?
One time Schmabby Schmelly,
Oh my God.
Bobby Kelly,
Thank you.
said, I bet you have big blue veins on your big Irish tits. And think about that a lot too.
Yeah, that sounds like you're like recounting like Sandusky or something.
Yeah. If people come out and say he's a creep, I'll be the first to sign
I don't
I'm
think
joking.
Bobby's a creep, but I don't.
I'm joking,
I'm
but-
sorry about your big Irish tits.
No, all is
Blue.
good.
Is that good? Is it good to have big blue veins in Irish? I don't know. what that's,
Those were the things I was asking myself on stage while 100 people were watching and jeering. And when someone in a roast says something and they're all cheering, you're like, wow, really can't believe that.
Basically, being a stand-up comedian, 95% of the time, it's like, Jenny with the like naked with the guitar and Forrest Gump. That's kind of what it feels like.
That's what it feels like.
95% of the time.
Very humiliating.
Absolutely humiliating. Usually, it's because something else didn't work out, so now you're here.
Or you were just like, well, I have a bad time at every job that I'm in.
Right.
And every corporate entity and person working at these offices thinks I'm like too much.
Yeah, you're meant to be a comedian for sure.
Not a compliment. And just felt like a little bit out of puzzle. You know what I mean?
Right.
Out of shape, I meant to say. Out of fucking, no. What's it called?
Out of sorts?
Out of what's the word? What's it didn't fit in?
What?
Didn't fit in.
Didn't fit in? Outcast? That's what you were?
I was out of shape.
You were out of shape.
Did you
You're
go to
in
college?
Yeah, I went to college.
Where did you go?
I went to a small school in Indiana. Where'd you go?
Really?
Yeah.
Indiana?
Yeah.
Like where?
University of Evansville. It's where Rami Malek went to school. It was like a big theater school. Where'd you go?
I'm being Rami Malek. Could you tell?
That's him? That's your impression? Your impression is just a look.
Yeah, no, that's how his teeth look. That's how his mouth looks.
It's like that. It does look a little like that.
He's always like,
A little bit
to
of
Evansville.
biting a lip.
what is, yeah, he's like, where's Evansville?
It's Southern Indiana.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
Kentucky, baby. Where'd you went to Buffalo, right?
No, I went to SUNY Geneseo. It's between Buffalo and Rochester.
A lot of drugs.
More drinking, binge drinking.
Lot of
Actually,
binge
didn't see
drinking.
cocaine until I was 28.
Do you like? Are you a big fan of cocaine?
No,
You didn't like it, huh?
I don't like the aftertaste, and I'm already pretty energized. Drinking, like I know a lot of my friends would do coke to keep the drunk
keep the
going,
drinking
but
going.
I'm good on
It's
that.
good that you didn't get involved in that.
I know. If it came across my path in college, I think I would have had a problem. Same thing with Adderall, because I'll do Adderall sometimes, but sometimes I mean like 3 times a year.
Yeah.
If I found it in college, I think I would have had a problem.
I mean, it's just, like I never really took it for I've only taken it sometimes, like when I've been drinking, but it's, it focuses you, I guess, but yeah, it can't be good for you.
Agreed. I'm on Lexapro.
I used to be on that. I'm on Prozac, Lamotrigine, Wellbutrin, Naltrexone, Antabutes, Gabapentin. It feels like I'm doing the Billy Joel We Didn't Start the Fire song. Gabapentin.
Gabapentin, Lexapro, Prozac, Wellbutrin, blah, 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 allergies for Claritin.
Hey, there you go. This Dan's gonna kill himself.
Unless he takes his meds that his wife prescribes him. I don't know why I said that. Okay, so, I was on Wellbutrin for a second. I cheated the weight loss originally because I got on Wellbutrin at the same time that I stopped drinking in 2016.
When that helped?
Yeah. Wellbutrin was the first time I knew what it was like to not have an appetite. First time in my life ever.
Oh, man.
Brother. I would take one bite of food.
I gotta start doing naltrexone again because it's the the thing about it, it's like with food, you still have to have it. It's not like with heroin, you can't be like, it would be like if you were addicted to heroin, it's like, okay, well, we just want you to do the good heroin.
Right.
Like the healthy heroin.
There's no leafy green heroin.
No.
Food, I know.
There's a lot of leafy green things. They just taste like fucking shit.
I know.
We're going to go to Vegas next month. We're going to do all the buffets.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love a fucking steakhouse too.
Vegas, it's either it's a fucking or an eating trip. And it looks like looks like it's winning squarely on eating.
Now, are you going with your wife or for a gig?
I'm going with my wife for a gig. She's
what
coming.
Are you doing, Wise Guys?
No. I'm doing the Ahern Hotel in Las Vegas. Come check it out.
What's that?
I don't know. It's some...
Why did you scoff at Wise Guys?
What? No, I love Wise Guys. That would be great.
Oh, okay. You're saying you would want to.
Check me out at the Ahern Hotel.
Yes.
Wednesday, Friday.
Hey, let's do a date drop right now. Go ahead, Dan. And what's your website?
DanSaintGermain.net. Follow me on Instagram, Dan Saint Germain. I have a special Dance Fatty Dance free on YouTube, and I will be in Vegas. Where's my?
At the Horny Theater.
At the Sloppy Lap.
I am horny.
The Ahern Hotel will be there the 13th, 14th, and 15th. I'm doing one show a night. And then in New York, I'm doing a gig in Connecticut on June 7th, which Laugh It Up Poughkeepsie on June 8th. It's all on my website.
Oh, yeah, baby. We hit in the tri-state area.
Yeah, dude, go on my website. I got my dates.
And you can also check me out. Freaking brother, what the hell is coming up? I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana at the end of the month.
Oh, there we go.
Freaking Wilmington, North Carolina, Dallas, Texas.
You're going to do J. Crow?
Yeah.
Great.
Love that club. Love that little town.
Yeah,
laugh.
Fun.
They love to laugh. I love little towns. I love little towns because nothing comes by.
That's what we're doing. Me and my wife are going away this weekend, and we're just doing like a town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm doing a gig in Poconos, but then we're just doing
fun.
Like a random town.
So fun.
Can't wait.
So fun.
Yeah.
I have been very into doing things lately. I wanted to tell you something.
Doing things lately?
I'm trying to be coy about looking at my set list over there. I'm like,
by trying to look coy, you looked like a fucking alien. Like I was like, did she run out of did her human battery stop?
Dan, I don't know how to host a podcast, okay?
You're doing a great job.
Well, I need you to tell me the sandwich. I want to tell you something else, and I also need to tell you about something I'm reading. And
this is it's like talking to a little kid.
I know. And we need you to rate a pedophile. Okay, number one.
Yeah.
Number one.
We really buried the lead with rate the pedophile.
Yes.
So we want to know where you're from, and also we want to get into child trafficking.
And the rate the pedophile is actually it's not what it sounds like. Number one, I went to a Yankees game last night. Mm-hmm. Can you believe that? You can just go. You can just go. I want to tell you something. I was raised to think that events like that were too crowded and expensive. My family would, no, we're never going to that. We're never going to that. We're never going to that. We never went to major games.
Are you a big baseball fan?
No, but I like events.
Yeah. It's fun to go to a Yankees game.
You see the stadium, you're like, this is sick.
Yeah, you feel like you're part of something.
You feel like you're part of something. And it was a 20-minute Uber from my apartment, $30 tickets.
It's great.
And with my dad and two friends. You want to know
Your
something?
dad and 2 friends?
Yeah.
Your dad have fun?
Yeah. Yeah. You want to know something crazy?
What?
Okay. Fifth inning.
Mm-hmm.
I stand up. We're dancing. I'm staring at the Jumbotron. And in my head, I go, I'm about to be on there. 2 seconds later, guess who showed up on the Jumbotron?
Oh!
Guess who showed up on the Jumbotron? I knew it.
Maddie
The
Smith.
universe said you're about to be on
Were
there.
you netted? It said like from Wild and Out?
No, it was just
It was
me.
just
it was just
random.
me. And in my head, I was like, I'm about to be on there. And I knew that when the Jumbotron looks at you, you can't look at the because you'll get your side profile.
Right,
and
right,
you
right.
being like, oh my God, look. So
Yeah.
I knew to go like this. And I went, oh, yeah, bitch. Isn't that crazy?
It was great, man.
Thanks.
Did you DVR the game?
No, but Stuart had her phone out. So she got,
Okay, good.
why would I DVR the game?
Well, just in case you show up during the game.
Damn. No, I didn't DVR the game. I don't even know how to
There was
DVR.
like different stages of like you being angry at yourself and now being angry at me.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? No, I didn't DVR it. What the hell? Have you ever been on a Jumbotron?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sorry.
Well-
I'm sorry. I don't mean to hate.
If you want, you can tell us your sandwich recipe.
We don't want to do the pedophile thing
Oh, that's
first.
coming.
As they did.
Yeah, we got
Saving
a
that
list.
for the end.
We have a list going.
I used to. I worked at the Yellowstone bartenders. Okay, I worked at Yellowstone National Park, and we had an employee bar.
Really?
Cool.
You worked at Yellowstone
Yeah.
National Park.
I worked at the employee bar there. They wouldn't let employees have drinks with the normal tourists
Yes,
because we were animals,
Yeah.
and they didn't want
So are they.
I know, but like we were really
Right.
animals. And so I worked at this place, and one of the things I made when I wasn't serving beer and wine was a goddanwich that was just a chicken breast, a honey mustard mayo combo,
Yeah.
some bacon, usually a slice of Swiss.
Oh,
It was
nice.
the goddamn
Toasted
witch.
bread
Toasted bread
on a hero.
on a hero.
That sounds really good. See,
was
I'm
really good.
liking that honey mustard mayo combo.
Yeah.
I guess fine. I'll tell you my favorite sandwich. I like an Italian sub. I like an
Do you
Italian.
like it? Do you want mayo on it or not?
Yes, I like lettuce, tomato,
Mayo, oil,
and the
vinegar.
onion, mayo, oil, vinegar, oregano, a little bit of mustard, salt and pepper as well. Pickles, even banana peppers.
Cherry pepper
too.
relish.
Sure, yeah, I like all that shit. There's a place in Astoria, Sal, Chris, and Charles,
It's delicious.
Dan, Chris, and Charles, or something like that. Yeah, you've been there.
No.
Oh, the subs are this long.
Hell
They're
yeah.
like $22 each.
Wow.
Each quarter is a meal. Oh, so fucking good. This tall. It's like a cartoon sandwich. I like when the bread gets all oily and vinegar. Oh.
Just in the bread's balls.
Don't you love that? All that vinegar in it? Yeah. Oh, are you mad because I fucking tried to compete with the goddamn witch?
No, I'm not.
Do you have a favorite sandwich in New York?
In New York? I mean, I love an Italian sub.
Yeah.
But I fuck with I fuck with a roast beef, lettuce, tomato on Swiss with mayo. I mean, it's always you can't go wrong.
You
with
said
it.
on Swiss bread.
No, I'm sorry. No, it would be.
Is that a keto sandwich?
No, you can get it on whatever. But I prefer I like it on a bagel sometimes too.
Oh, I love a bagel sandwich.
Yeah, I love a bagel
I
sandwich.
love a bagel sandwich.
So good.
I love a bagel sandwich so much. And I like it more
I
because
feel like this is close to what happens when you squirt. Too.
yeah. I was trying to practice the other day. You know how in porn,
Practice squirting.
yes, I'm like, fucking blue blood vessel out in my
No.
eye. I love in porn when girls are like they're like,
You're gonna make me come. You're gonna make me.
when they're like, yeah. So I was trying to practice, but I don't think it looks the same as like a
No,
90-pound Asian girl.
you do it. And you're like, oh,
Yeah, oh, fuck.
oh, my pussy. I'm starting to do an Asian voice. So I'm gonna stop.
No, all good. Dude, I do a lot of voices on the podcast, and
Oh,
so far
no.
nobody has cancelled me. Can
Well,
you believe
so-
that? That means
You have to
nobody
really
is watching.
try now. You have to really try
I
to
know.
get canceled.
I know. I have to
You have
say.
to be fucking Dan Schneider or Puff Daddy.
Okay, we'll rate that pedophile.
Hey,
Go ahead, Ryan. Oh no, it's supposed to be rate that rapist. I think because Ryan told me you're a big true crime fan.
Okay.
So, and you do you still
Are
do
we
the
doing
scary
serial
movie
killers or
podcast
do
with?
not right now?
Okay.
Wife got some some good work, so she's doing that, and I'm
cool, good.
starting a new podcast with Sean Donnelly called Burbs Bros.
Awesome.
Cool. And I will be. And I have if you like wrestling, I have a wrestling podcast.
We love wrestling.
Called Working Stiff. So check that out.
I was wrestling with the idea of telling you that I'm reading a Stephen King book.
Which Stephen King book?
The Green Mile.
I've never read that one.
You've seen the movie?
I've seen the movie.
I've never seen the movie.
I've seen the movie.
Yeah, I feel like
Do you
everyone
like the
was
book?
supposed to. Yes, it's very. Have you read Stephen King?
Yes.
I was on a bad journey of reading a lot of cheap thrillers
Right.
for a while. Stephen King scratches a little bit of a more layered itch.
No more sophisticated.
Yeah, and then you go between, he's writing as an old man, and then it's back to earlier, and then a different jumping timelines a little bit.
Right.
I was reading not Colleen Hoover, those airport thrillers you'll see.
Yes.
But a little bit kind of like
My
low.
favorite Stephen King is Salem's Lot.
Okay,
I
I'll have to
love
read
Dead
that.
Zone.
This is my first Stephen King.
Salem's Lot's great. Dead Zone, Cujo. Carrie's actually really good.
I want to read Carrie. I think
Carrie's
I'm going to
really
read
good.
it.
It's very different than his other books too.
Yes. Okay. Misery, which I watched.
I haven't read Misery. I've just seen the movie.
I watched it recently. You know what I also watched? Rose Red.
I saw Rose Red too recently.
Really? It's kind of corny 2000s. Like
Yeah.
a show from the 2000s, kind of blurry.
Yes.
And but it was fun during Halloween.
I love a Halloween. We just watched House of the Devil, which was great. Not
Wait,
House of
Late
the
Night
Devil.
with the Devil.
That's great. Late Night
That's
with the
the other
Devil.
thing I was going to ask you.
That
Did you
was
watch
amazing,
that?
yeah.
I knew you would have watched that.
Did you see it?
Yep, watched it
Great.
2 nights ago. Late Night with the Devil. Fucking loved it. It started a little bit more spine tingly than it ended. It ended
Yeah.
kind of like, ha ha. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Jewel just big.
Yeah.
They really go for it at the end.
Yeah. Late Night with the Devil is a movie. I looked it up because I always check my letterbox for what I'm supposed to watch. Finally, it's streaming. It was only in theaters for a second. Finally, it's streaming. Rented on Apple. So that I don't have to ask my mom for the Amazon password. So caught Late Night with the Devil, and it's about a guy.
It's like The Exorcist meets Network.
Yes. And it's live footage of the last of this guy's talk show.
Yeah.
Kind of Blair Witch vibes as well.
Right. And it's if you know anything about like Bohemian Grove and like the Illuminati type stuff, that it'll scratch an itch there too. It's very good.
Yeah, because they have
everything
all the cult thing
Yeah.
in LA and hypnosis.
Yeah. Hypnosis. Yeah.
Hypnosis as well.
So that's your DJ name.
Well, give it up for hypnosis.
Hypnosis.
Okay, yeah, I saw Late Night with the Devil as well, and I enjoyed it. And there was one more thing I was going to ask you. You just put out a special on YouTube.
You just rate that pedophile. We never got to rate.
I forgot. Oh, go ahead, Ryan. Now we're going to play Rate That Rapist because
Okay.
Dan is a huge true crime fan and he writes thrillers.
Okay.
We're not all rapists, but we.
Were you a writer
we work
before
with
you
it.
started stand-up?
I I just stand up for. Oh yeah, I wrote plays and shit, but I wasn't
college?
I didn't like the first. I wrote one in college, but I didn't really do anything professionally until comedy. I got like one play of mine, and it won like a high school play contest, the Stephen Sondheim one. But then
Really?
after that, yeah, it was mostly comedy.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a question. Well, let's rate a couple rapists.
Okay.
To kick off, we have Michael Jackson versus Woody Allen.
Okay, well, we can't say Michael Jackson. I'm on Wild 'N Out. And a lot of people still call him the king, but go ahead, Dan.
What am I rating this in terms
That's
of?
up to you. Up to you.
I think Michael Jackson's the bigger monster. If that's what you're wondering.
Okay, well, we're actually rating them on talent. So, yeah.
I mean, I like Annie Hall better than I like Thriller, and those are the two best
Really?
things.
Wow.
I would take Michael Jackson's music over Woody Allen's movies.
All right, wow.
But, I do recognize that he does have talent and he laid groundwork for a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. This is
Manhattan.
just becoming a Michael
Fun.
Jackson appreciation prom.
And
You don't
Woody
want to
Allen.
use your Wild and Out.
And I think
Look, it's funny you say Michael Jackson, Woody Allen, because I feel like for New York, like everyone gets their molester. Like for New York, there's like a bunch of people
Right.
I know that do not think Woody Allen did. There's a bunch of people I know who don't think Michael Jackson
Right.
did it because I just think that they're
I know.
they're in their demos.
I know. And both of my workplaces where I get taxed happen to be New York City and Atlanta. So how do you think I feel?
It's mostly Michael Jackson didn't do it.
And Woody Allen. I hang around a lot of comedians.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, the thing about Woody Allen, there's two things. It's like whether or not he hooked up with underage girls, and he did that, as most people in that era did. And then there's the other thing of like what happened with Dylan too. So it's like, that's depends on which one you believe.
What happened all around? You know what I mean? The HBO documentary about Inside the...
Oh, the Nickelodeon?
The one with Mia Farrow. And talk about...
Oh, that one.
House,
yes, I remember that one. Yeah.
What all went down. I need to be a fly on the wall.
And I've heard like Mia Farrow's completely fucking crazy too.
I've heard that too. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
Well, she's here right now.
Hey, come on.
She comes in. She starts
Thank
like
you.
dancing.
Yeah, Dan, you can scooch down on the couch there. Mia, you look great. Yeah,
Mama Mia Farrow. More like Mama Mia Farrow.
Is. Mama Mia, here I go again. Thanks. Thanks. I had bird for lunch.
What impression is that?
That's my Mia Farrow.
That's your Mia Farrow?
Come on. And they say, when is your SNL
You sound
audition?
like a Fraggle.
Well.
Yeah.
Mia
it doesn't
Fraggle.
sound like Mia Farrow.
Right. Suck my dick. Give us another rapist.
Another one.
You know when you make fun of another comedian and then you can tell they're like actually hurt?
Was that with me just now?
No, I was pretending I was like, stop.
Have you
okay,
really?
I'll go fuck myself. When you say something one thing too far to someone, you can tell they're like
you
actually
like,
mad.
all right, we went, you
like, sorry.
You walked over sacred ground.
Yeah. I won't say
What's
anything
the
about
next
your
one?
sneakers next time.
Next one we have Epstein versus Diddy.
Oh, topical.
Well, Diddy has not been proven guilty.
What? I know, but
I mean, that video was pretty bad.
pretty bad.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
That's bad.
I don't know. I mean, the video was really bad, but I got to go with, like, it seems like we don't know enough yet, right?
Right.
About Puff Daddy. We know he's like a domestic abuser because we saw it. We just saw it happen. But we don't know all the other.
No, you've just not been listening, Dan.
What?
You haven't been listening.
I've been listening.
You haven't been listening to Cassie
I haven't been listening to Cassie.
all these years.
Have you been?
No, but I just watched the video yesterday. I'm going to put them as equal rating because I hate them both.
Yeah. You're
Actually,
not pro Epstein?
I don't really think about it. Yeah, believe it or not.
You think he's dead?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't know. I don't know if he is
Or
not.
I don't think he killed himself.
He definitely didn't kill himself.
Right.
No, he was either murdered or he's alive somewhere. Yeah. That would be an interesting guest.
Here he is.
Jeff Epstein comes in.
Only in the madhouse. Okay, give us one more.
And last one is not as severe as the others. It would be Paul Rubens versus Fred Willard.
That's
Not-
a way.
It's
that's
a way.
a bunch of steps
Fred Willard
down.
is which one?
Many steps down.
Well,
Fred
they were
Willard
both
is,
caught masturbating in a theater.
yeah.
That's
okay.
why they.
That's Paul Pee Wee Herman.
But like Fred Willard, I always felt bad for that one because it was like, is he dead? By the way, Fred Willard
died.
just died.
He just died.
He went to a gay movie theater and jerked off to gay porn. So I don't understand why.
You're calling him a rapist.
I wouldn't know. Yeah, like why is he in
I'll
the
get him
category
out.
that these other guys were? And even Paul Rubens, like, what did he do?
Ryan.
He
Ryan's
also
scrambling
masturbated
over
in
there.
Theater.
It was
Yes,
a movie
No.
theater masturbating. Was it a porn theater?
I say
believe it
neither of
was.
them offend me.
I think it was a porn theater.
Neither of them offend me. Even if it was a regular theater, I don't care.
Wouldn't it be more offensive to go to a porn theater and not masturbate?
Yeah, like you're just sitting
I'm
there.
just here for the art direction.
What do you think I do at a
Glasses.
strip club?
Yeah.
Fred Willard tweeted
I want to do a
after-
bit about a guy who goes to a strip club but he comes too early.
So yeah,
guys
that's
come-
not a bit. That's
That happens. That actually happens. Or
I've
no? I never knew you. Like, do you guys come at strip clubs or?
one time. Yeah, for sure.
One time, every time.
I tell you this story. This was when I was in Montreal. I went to, this isn't about me coming in my pants, but I went to a
Okay.
strip club, right? And this is just a funny story. And it was one of these things where I was like hanging out with the girls at the strip club. And then, later in the night, I was actually walking with a few other comics and Michael Che, Paul Verzi. I forget who the third one was. They're like, let's go to this strip club. And it was the one I had been to earlier.
Oh my God.
I was like, fuck. And we got in there and all the girls looked at me and go, damn.
Oh my God.
And they all just started like laughing. their ass off.
Hilarious.
It's not a place where you
That's
want everyone
funny.
to know their name.
Yeah,
Your name.
definitely not. So you never came too early at a strip club?
I didn't say that.
Oh. So it's not a bit. That wouldn't be funny to.
Well, I have. Yeah, I've.
I was
done the
thinking like
thing where
within
it's
like 5
oh,
minutes
no,
of getting there.
yeah,
being
when
like,
you're
you
like,
have to go? Yeah, I came. What? You already came?
yeah.
It was funnier in my head.
You're just like, oh,
Yeah.
it's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah.
No erection right now, though, guys.
Yeah, thank God,
No.
because that would be, it would cover up the whole view. Now, I have to ask you something. You have a lot of stuff out there. You have a bunch of late night sets.
I do.
You have a couple specials.
Yeah, some.
2 specials or 3?
Well, the half hour on Comedy Central, which is free on YouTube, and then my one that I just released that's on YouTube.
Okay,
It's
so
free.
a couple
two
specials
that
on
are, yeah, you
YouTube.
can go check that out.
Now, let me ask you this. Advice from Maddie. I live in fear of putting things out. How do you get over that? How do you know
Well,
if
it's
you're...
just a business.
How do you know if you're ready? What if no one watches, or what if everyone says she sucks, and
Wait,
what if
there's
everyone on
two
Reddit
schools-
trashes it?
There's 2 schools of thought, right? I mean, like, first off, I would, everyone seems to like my special, but nobody's like the numbers that are watching Brendan Schaub's are not watching mine. So that's a whole different
Good
thing.
point. Okay, well, I didn't mean to use that name. What if it's like...
What do you release a special? You're asking.
No, I'm asking, like, how do you continue to move
to
on
build
and
new
not get
stuff.
stuck on a thing, or know, like, this is ready, and how do you know it's...
Well,
how do you know
that's
it's screen ready?
always going to happen.
How
Like
do you know it's screen ready versus, like, I'm putting on a good show, and then how does it...
Well,
how do you-
I guarantee you, if you shoot something the next week, you're going to think of a
Right.
perfect tag for
Right.
one of the jokes, because that's just going to happen. It's just a
know.
living. But it's just a question of whether or not you think you want to move on and have a 40 new minutes.
Yeah.
Because it's like, but if you have a whole new act and you have all these old jokes, you probably should get rid of them.
I have a surplus of material right now.
Yeah.
I just live in fear.
Yeah, I would say try it. Yeah.
And like, how do you like, if you're trying to do a late night set, how do you
Well, that's a whole other
balance
thing.
that with, like, doing a special versus, like, how do you know what to do?
Well, late nights just don't do anything anymore.
I know,
That's
but
the other
everyone's
thing, too.
telling me, get your late night set.
Well, I mean, it's cool to have one for your own ego,
Right.
but like, as far as like whether they do stuff anymore, like there's only a couple late night sets I think people watch every year. Like I've seen, people have a late night set from like, a month ago, and I'll look on their Tonight Show thing and it'll have like 25,000 views,
Right.
So it's like, it doesn't
I
mean
know.
what it used to mean, but I mean, I still think, I think it's just one of those things like you want to say you did late night
Right.
TV,
Right.
like, but it's more of like a ego thing. Like there are certain comics who've never shot anything. I don't think have never shot. Like, has Leno ever shot a special? There's
Not
certain,
that I know of.
Yeah, there's certain people that just decide not to because it's also a business thing. Like they can keep doing those jokes forever because
I
nobody's seen
know.
them. So
I know.
It just depends on what type you want to be.
Yeah, I think you don't live in fear of, like, the internet.
I do. I mean, like, it's like, cause I'm doing like the new 45, the 45 I'm doing now on the road. It's like half from that special and half
Right.
new. So, but that's more of like, I'm now like more of the thing of like, I just want to have new stuff. I don't want people to see the same shit, but it's hard to come up with good new stuff,
Yeah.
that's going to work. And a lot of the times what happens is, your set just gets better, but you replace the good stuff with bad stuff with good stuff. And then all of a sudden you just have a stronger set. But,
But you can only do that if you put your stuff out,
yeah.
is what you're saying.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it just depends on what you want to do.
I want to continue touring and make money touring. I just want to keep touring.
Well, you're going to want to like, I mean, if you think you're going to have new material coming up, I would just get the stuff that you,
I think I'm more
because
just,
now it's like the feeder system is gone of like Comedy Central to
I know.
an hour
Yeah.
to, like,
I know. There's no one, like, knocking on my
so,
door.
yeah, but if you unleash your YouTube and it gets gigantic fucking numbers,
Right.
then that's going to help you sell another one to,
Right.
whoever.
True. That's so true. Are you on Reddit?
Not really. I mean, sometimes I'll go on it.
I had to get off because I got too sucked into, like, seeing what, like, the public was saying about, like, comedians. Like that, like,
There's some Reddit threads that are like that hate on people
I know.
for sure. Do you have a Reddit thread that hates you?
No, but I
So that's why you're-
saw what they were saying about other people. And
Right.
not even always bad stuff, more just like analyzing this special versus that special.
Right.
Oh, but he's not going to put one out this year because, blah, blah, blah. Like talking about people's careers and like blah, 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 blah. And then I got
I
in
mean,
my
you
head.
should want to put out a special because you want to put out a special.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that like you'll come up with new stuff after
Yeah.
that. I don't think you have to be nervous about that.
I get nervous because people say mean stuff about women on the internet.
Yeah, they see mean stuff about everybody.
Yeah,
though.
true.
So I mean, I don't see anything bad that could happen from you putting a special out.
All right.
I think why not?
Yeah.
Make some money.
Thanks.
Or lose some money. That's what I've done with my special was I've lost money.
You lost money?
Yeah, it hasn't come back just yet.
Yeah, because you have to pay ahead of time.
But check it out, Dance Fatty Dance on YouTube. It's free.
Dance Fatty Dance. Check it out on YouTube. Dan St. Germain. Before we wrap up, we have one hotline. We have a hotline call.
Okay.
We're in the madhouse, okay?
Okay.
You're crazy. I'm crazy.
Okay.
You talked about going crazy on shrooms.
Okay.
And writing your thriller.
Yes.
We get calls from our Fucked Up People Anonymous hotline.
Okay.
Where they confess to fucked up shit they've done.
We have some of those right here.
We have them lined up ready to
Here
go.
we go. Thank you for joining the FUPA hotline.
When I was like 15 or 16, me and some of my friends used to extort pedophiles out of money.
Through pedophiles out of...
Extort pedophiles.
Oh.
One time we got $1,500 from this dude, and next month he didn't pay us. So we basically doxed him and sent his nudes to his family and told his work that he was a pedophile. And he ended up having to sell his truck just to pay us the money. And then the next month he wasn't able to pay us, so we sent him to jail.
That was dark as fuck. Holy shit. You didn't really start out... You didn't start off with a fucking, I stole $5 from my dad's wallet. Talked to like a pedophile hunter extorting.
Hey, we got a hotline. People call. You're crazy. You did shrooms once. And now,
so.
Let's get a call from someone who put someone in jail.
Yeah, put somebody in jail. I mean, I guess pedophile hunting's a victimless crime, right?
Right. And get some money, right?
But, I mean, clearly he wasn't doing it for altruistic reasons.
No, definitely not. He
want that guy to be a pedophile for another month.
So do you think they were texting? They were texting as young girls, kind of like
they were probably
Catch a Predator type of shit.
I imagine that's what that was, which is like that's a kid thing to do. And I mean, I guess if like
isn't that illegal though to do? Wouldn't that be illegal to do to someone or no?
I imagine that you're. I mean, yes, it's illegal to extort them for money, but when it's something that's criminal, like they're going to have that's why they're giving them money. And
yeah. He said he put them behind bars. He put the guy behind bars?
Eventually, yeah.
How? Don't you think if they were pretending to be an old man, they would get in trouble too?
Well, no.
Oh.
I mean, I think if he was young, if the kid was like 15 or something, they could be like, hey, this guy's sending me messages.
Oh, duh. I was picturing it the wrong way.
But
yeah, they were pretending to be little kids.
Yeah, they were pretending to be little kids.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know if he would have gotten in trouble with it. He also could be just somebody who's lying, who's calling.
Oh, for sure.
I don't
know why you have to go there. Everything here is fake. I'm a man. I'm
Brendan Job.
Hey, we both named two people.
So, I mean, what are we supposed to do with that?
We just say.
We just talk about it?
Yeah.
We just admit to this guy exposing a pedophile and then putting him in jail.
Yeah. We laugh. It's another thing where we say, hey, our lives are going pretty good, aren't they?
Well, yeah, that's definitely one of them.
We laugh at what people have to say. Don't you ever go on the road and you're like, damn, everyone here is crazy. I'm on stage acting like, I'm Cuckoo Banana, crazy comedian. No, everyone in the audience has crazier fucking stories than me. Maybe that's just the audience I attract. Yeah. I attract cuckoo
crazies.
I left her, but now I'm with her, and a lot of thruple trash in a good way.
Thruple?
Yeah. In Providence, there was a guy in the front stage who was wearing a boot, and he had just got his toe removed for diabetes.
Oh,
he was making jokes about it. And the whole show was about the toe.
That's the opposite of a thruple, removing your toe for diabetes.
I know.
That's the opposite feeling of a threesome is to have to remove your toe from diabetes.
Yeah, I know. Everything's lopsided.
Yeah. I'll get life from both sides now.
Do you I feel like people on the road have crazy stories for me.
Yeah, you always meet some people but I was just, for instance, last weekend, where was I? I was in DC, and almost everybody in the front row had I'm an engineer.
Oh yeah,
I'm working. It just depends on
where you
go.
are. DC,
everyone's doing
DC
well.
pisses me off because it's consulting. Who here works in consulting?
Yeah, which is the vaguest thing you can do.
Yeah, I know, so vague.
Yeah.
I had a guy tell me his family's house got foreclosed on when he was 12. His parents got divorced when he was 13. His mom moved in with her boyfriend. His dad moved out.
To talk to.
Yeah, I know, literally. And then he lived in the foreclosed house because no one came and got it with his brother. And he lived in the foreclosed house for 10 years.
This very sad story turned into
it's actually fire.
Actually really fun.
They lived in the foreclosed house until someone came and got it.
I mean, I'm sure they would have liked having a mom or dad more, but...
He said it was sick. I said, did you miss having parents? He said, no, it's awesome being in a house by myself in high school.
As he's 9 drinks into your comedy show,
literally.
Tears just coming
tears
down his face.
Eyes being, do you like me? Do we have any more calls?
We do.
And then we'll wrap it up.
But anyway, are you asking, should you pedophile hunt? And I don't think you should. It's probably going to be more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah, it sounds like more work. It's if you fall down in front of a restaurant, I could sue them, but it sounds like a lot of phone calls. Right. And do I want to be known publicly as a person who's a pain in the ass? No. Yes, falling in front of a restaurant is very different than catching pedophiles, but I could go catch a pedophile, but it sounds like a lot of work.
Pedophile is just you fall in front of, I guess, Chuck E. Cheese and scoop you up.
Yeah, true. I'm dressed like a baby. Goo gaga. Got him.
Gosh, but goddamn.
Got him.
Maddie looks good in that baby costume.
I shit up my back. Any more, Ryan?
Yeah, we got
anything about squirters?
Yeah, we got a squirter in there.
We got one more call. You want to pick up the phone over there?
Yeah, pick up the phone.
Okay.
Oh, he's still on.
Sorry.
That pedophile hurt us the whole time.
Fuba hotline.
Maddie, you sexy fucking bitch. I want to break that ass down. So I dated this fat bitch while I was in prison. Completely paid what she weighed. Paid my bills while I was in there. Put money on the books. Set me in books. The whole night. She even got an apartment for me to fucking parole to, and I didn't get parole. She kept the place. She let me move in with her. I didn't get a job for 2 years. She paid my bills. And I just piped her down, and she paid everything. Life is good. Love you, Maddie.
See ya. All right, so what's the confession? A fat bitch paid for his stuff?
Yeah.
For 2 years?
Yeah.
And that's it?
Yeah.
So that's a little more playful, right? You ever have a fat bitch pay for your stuff while you're in jail?
No, not when I was in jail.
Right.
But I don't think that's much of a confession. I think, you do what you got to do, buddy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You want to get that fucking commissary stocked.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get those fucking Marlboros or Newports, depending on what ethnicity you are.
Yeah, really. I couldn't tell, but sounded kind of.
Sounded kind of what? What? I gotta get. Oh, okay.
Yes.
That time I got it.
Okay, so you went to jail. A girl paid for your shit for 2 years. That's pretty cool.
And then
Go off.
So he dicked her down. I've noticed that. I don't know if I've ever dicked a girl down. I've had sex with a girl. I don't know if I could honestly say that I've.
What do you mean?
Dicked her down sounds like you really fucking. You did a good job.
Yeah. Gotta get I gotta get it dick down
he said he dicked her down. He couldn't have just had sex with her if
yeah.
he
No, getting dick down is damn, you took control. You flipped me over.
And you dicked me down.
Yeah, you were.
You've had plenty of sex, but you've probably been dicked down.
Yeah, dick down is something you say I got dick down last night. Yeah. And the girls are call me now.
Yeah, I've never been called. I've never had a girl being my friend said you really dicked her down the other night.
Yeah, she's usually just we kissed.
Yeah.
You ever black out and wake up next to a girl?
Yeah.
Sucks.
I've done it's not one time I blacked out and I woke up in the house next door.
Oh wow.
I was partying at this house and then I woke up in the next house in their living room.
Yeah.
Got up, I just kind of looked around and just walked out.
Yeah.
But I could have been arrested for home invasion.
Literally.
That's literally what I did.
One time I woke up next to a guy. He was still sleeping. I was woke up sick as fuck. I'm I'm gonna yak. Getting clues from the room. Where am I? Okay. I think I'm in the frat house where I blacked out.
Right.
There's a guy next to me. I'm gonna yak. I sit up. He's good morning. I'm he's let's fuck. He looks at my underwear. He's those are coming off. I'm I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, I'm gonna yak. He's like, what? And the only thing to throw up in was a sombrero. I threw up in a sombrero. He was a white guy, too.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you didn't have to tell me. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a frat house. I don't think there's like a Latino guy in a frat house.
No, especially not at an upstate New York liberal arts school.
No, that's not happening.
No.
So you threw up in the. Did he still want to fuck after that?
He was like, oh. And then he started like getting up, putting his clothes on. And I'm like, I'm going to go. He's like, yeah. It was like 2 degrees out, obviously. It's the fucking tundra. And my dorm building, because I was a sophomore, he's a freaking senior.
Yeah.
I'm cool. Yeah, so many guys wanted to fuck me when I was in a state of unknown. And I was like, are you driving me home? And he was like, oh, I was wearing a dress. I made him drive me home. He was disgusted.
Of course.
He never talked. He like scoffed at the idea. Fuck off, bitch.
I mean, come on, man.
Fuck you.
Do the crime, pay the time.
And the rest of the frat, like for 2 months, we're like, hey, sombrero girl.
Sucks being a woman.
How about this? I'll accuse your brother.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Really brought a rocket launcher to a knife fight on that.
You want to talk about the sombrero? Anyway, I'll end it at that.
This is going to look, this sombrero's going to look pretty funny on an episode of SVU Dateline.
I'm trying to do another joke in my stand-up that's like you ever wake up and say, I'm accusing you. You know I would not have consented. Sometimes a murder, sometimes a large silence.
It just depends.
Yeah.
Well, you have to stop doing that at those women's shelters.
I know.
That's a weird opening.
I know.
I know. Maddie does all the women's shelters in the Northeast.
I do all of
them. And she
them.
opens with that joke. And they don't love it.
They hate it.
They hate it.
Hate it. But the food is good. Anyway, Dan, I had a great time with you.
I had a great time too.
I was just
really
about
fun.
The sombrero thing. That was a joke.
No, you vomited in it, right?
I know. I was about the accusing thing.
Oh, I thought you meant I was getting bummed out that you didn't vomit in the sombrero. I'm like, that's a great story.
No, I did. No, I did. No, that was a full-on story.
It's a great story.
Isn't
Do you talk about it on stage?
No, but now that I've told it,
now you can tell.
It's funny.
Yeah,
I'm getting better at storytelling. I realize you have to like build it up a little bit.
Well, that's the thing is I'm still bad at like longer bits.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I have a lot of.
You got to remember these stories now though, because because you're not drinking and you're less crazy shit's gonna happen. So make sure you're ready.
I know the further away I get. Although the further away you get, the more you remember stuff, and you're like, oh right.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, Dan, I had a great time with you guys tonight. Check. That was weird.
Guys.
That was fucked up. That was like I was closing a headlining set.
By the way, she was our brief horror podcast Maddie was on. She was amazing.
Yeah. It was fire. No. And we went to Burlington, Vermont together. We went to the Vermont Comedy Club.
That's true.
Right before COVID.
Yeah.
And we saw Rambo.
I brought you to Rambo.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that when we were in Rambo. It was a terrible movie.
It was fun though. The theater was empty.
It was fun. I
had never seen a Rambo before that.
Yeah, apparently they repurposed that script from something else. It was like supposed to be another movie, and then they just rewrote it as Rambo.
Are you writing anything right now?
Writing a show with Dan Soder called Stone Cold Law. We're waiting to hear back. We will know hopefully in a month whether or not this is going to series. Fingers crossed.
All right, so keep an eye out, everyone.
I'm developing another show with him, and another Burbs Bros that's going to be coming out, new podcast.
Awesome.
But yeah, same old. Check out my live dates and blah blah blah, and
check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
Check it out, girl.
See ya. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out now, Funk So Brother. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.